Hey everybody, I'm Justin Bohn.
And I'm Mike Val.
And this is the Bohn and Zano Zone, where we are always on the lanes, off the charts, and on the mic. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Bohn and Zano Zone podcast presented by BuddiesProShop.com and Bowl for Life. We are back with the PBA Players Championship Southwest Region TV Finals.
That
Mike,
was a good show.
How you doing tonight?
Good, man. How are you doing?
I'm good. That was a very, very good show. Fortunate enough, I was sitting at home and watching the snow outside instead of actually being in it. But it's a bonus.
Yeah, that's a bonus. So, how about before we get started with the recap, a little recap of what's going on in the bowling world this past week. Let's see here. Ladies' tour is over for now.
Yep. For a little bit.
They're on a little bit of a break. We talked about that last week. I think the big news this week, and let's throw the cat out of the bag here, was there was a giveaway yesterday from a very reputable, well-known person in the bowling industry. He made it very clear yeah, I don't know if you missed this or not.
I might have.
It was kind of funny because said person went on to his Facebook and he was live while driving to the bowling center.
I saw this.
Now I know what I'm talking about. And the contest was he's drilling a ball for the first time in I think like 4 years, he said, 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
And it was guess how many in a row I would have. And the winner would get, I believe, a ball of their choice, or he gave a ball away. I don't remember. And our dear friend Ryan Simonelli told this guy he was going to get 0 in a row. And then you also have to pick the leave that he would leave when he missed. So yeah, Ryan said 0, big 4. I proceeded to go 5 in a row, stuff a 4-pin. Well, Chuck Gardner proceeded to run off the front 9 yesterday.
Oh.
Like it was, yeah. Chucky made it look, he was in a center in South Carolina, and he had just drilled a punch-out. Which, by the way, was a knockout, which, by the way, looks really, really, really good, by the way. I'm just going to say that. I'm going to say it again. That ball looks really good.
It sure does.
So Chuck had, the way it worked was, Chuck had a couple minutes to loosen up to shooting some spares, and he practiced. He got 2 shots on the lane next to him before the lights went on. And Chucky decided to throw 9 in a row.
Good.
So the game has not passed Chuck by at all.
No.
Does this mean Chuck is going to make a comeback? Only time
will
tell. We'll leave it at that. But that was that's all that really happened in the bowling world this week. But I know there's a big game on Sunday, but there's also 2 telecasts this weekend on Saturday and Sunday.
That there is.
That's to me, that's more important than the Super Bowl.
The Central region will be on Saturday, and the East region will be on Sunday. So be sure to tune into both of those TV finals. But for now, let's get into the recap of the Southwest region. So what we're going to do is we are going to play the show, check it out, watch it, and go through and basically commentate on the match, give you guys our thoughts, and yeah, let's get into it.
I love this guy's game. I love Chapman's game. I said that from the beginning. I think Chapman is ready to break out. The guy he's phenomenal. He throws it freaking fantastic.
Yeah, he has a pretty solid game. So this opening match featured AJ Chapman and Benjamin Martinez. AJ Chapman can't be more than 3 or 4 years out of Wichita State. Benjamin Martinez making his first TV show. Just graduated from SCAD. He's from Mexico. This was his first PBA event, by the way, and he made the show.
Yeah, and again, we thought the nerves would have. Yeah, well, we thought the nerves might have got to these guys, but no. He actually, you know who his game reminds me of a little bit, and we're going to go to our first ad here. Over under will be 8 ads in this segment today.
You taking the over?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Who is the female? She's Spanish, I believe.
Maria Jose?
No, not Maria Jose. Maybe Brazilian or Venezuelan. She throws it just like him. Looks like him going to the line. God darn it.
Sandra Dongora?
You know what? I don't think so. I'm gonna have to think about this one. I'm sorry, not Clara. But God, I can't think of the girl's name. But she looks identical to him going to the line. If anybody can think of it out there, I would know her name if I saw it. I want to say she's from Brazil. I could be wrong, but no, this Martinez kid threw it really well. He really did.
This first opening match, the first TV show was overall pretty high scoring. This pattern looks to be a little on the softer side, which allows for some pretty high scores in general. And Benjamin Martinez, last week out of the first match, Chris Coletzlo made a pretty big statement that he would be back again, and Benjamin just did the same thing as he gets that pretty nice break there in the third.
Won't you be my hero? He basically said.
Yeah.
See what I just did there?
Yeah, I did. I did. And giving it the business, that's one of his personality traits as well. So, yeah, I mean, he definitely made it look like that he has been on TV multiple times, and he really showed it that he knows how to bowl. Yeah,
the nerves, the lights, the cameras didn't get to him. I mean, he just had ice water in his veins. And same thing with Chapman. Chapman's been on the show 2 or 3 times probably now. And every time he's going to get better. He made that wasn't a bad shot there.
No, that was just like a little bit of transition is what it seemed like. And we're not even talking that much. Like that could have easily been a trip forward instead of a bad break for a 410 and ended up being an open. So let's skip around a little bit.
Yeah, he doesn't have to pay the full price there. And then Chapman threw that one shot out of the break where he whiffed the head pin. But that was really, I mean, he threw one bad shot and one marginal shot. But Martinez was a buzzsaw in this game.
Yeah, as you see, he's starting off with the front 6 here in his first game on TV. That's that's a statement.
Getting back to the pattern, it kind of seemed like getting that. Here's the second one. We got 6 more to go. It kind of seemed like just pick your zone and stay there. And this pattern kind of allowed multiple ways to get to the pocket.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. Absolutely.
Like, if you could play your A game on this, if you could find a way to play your A game, you could play your A game on this.
Yeah. Let's go back to this shot that really was a game changer in this match. Obviously, Benjamin bowled 277 or 276, and it wouldn't have mattered even if AJ did strike on this one, but it definitely would have made it a lot more interesting. This is the one that would probably end up costing him the game.
Absolutely.
Missing way right, missing the headman for a 1-2-4. At this point, his max
he knew it too.
Yeah, his max is 246, and Benjamin with fill-in frames, the last 4 frames is going to bowl 240. So
and AJ knew it too. You can see it right in his eyes. He knew it that game was over on that shot.
Yeah. Let's just highlight this game real quick from Benjamin though. You can see first shot out of the commercial break, splits the 8-9, 10 back. This one wasn't really all that terrible. It just looked like it skated a little bit down the lane. Maybe amped up a little bit, leaving the 2-4-10. But by the way, he ends up making this.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. So, I mean, solid game, the first game from Benjamin. he would move on, defeating AJ Chapman, and he's going to bowl Kevin Williams in match number 2.
And that guy kind of fascinates me a little bit. Kevin Williams.
Yeah, he's for those of you who don't know, he is a rapper.
Yeah.
He makes music. Music is his passion, and bowling pays the bills. Straight quote from him.
Mhm.
That's what he says. He loves making music, but bowling is his job, and bowling is where his next paycheck is coming from. So,
and he's made one show before that I know of, I think.
yeah, he made one show at the PBA 60th anniversary classic that was at Woodland Bowl.
Mhm.
I believe that he finished 3rd at that event. I know Jacob Buttriff won it. So to start off this match, Kevin was off to a pretty slow start, pretty lost. I think he went through 4 different ball changes.
Yeah.
You see Benjamin right there starting off same foot he left on. And you can see he's going to do the same thing here. Either way, 4-pin, but still hitting the pocket, still lined up pretty good. And, I mean, he's in control of what he can control.
And you know what was amazing too, and you'll see this with Kevin here, and you'll see it in the next game when Packy comes out. They were really looping it on the left. He was going around it and not going up it. It was surprising to see 2 lefties really get on it like they were. They weren't going up the lane.
Well, yeah, and I think this pattern really allowed for it. You see a flat 7 there from Kevin after a ring 7.
Yeah, that was a flat 7, real flat 7.
Yeah, so he's probably thinking ball change time because this pattern allowed for high scores, and he's probably going to have to strike just a little bit more if he wants to win this.
Yeah, they had, I think, it was kind of a shootout pattern, basically.
See Benjamin there with a double, taking an early lead.
Shot.
And I believe that Kevin makes a ball. Oh no, staying with the hero for one more shot.
Yeah, he does make a ball change on the left lane first.
Yeah, so you see that one went along. He didn't really throw it that bad, but on a pattern that's this high scoring, you should be able to get away with that. So he's probably thinking, I got to change balls. I'm pretty lost, and if I don't change balls here soon,
it's game
I'm
over.
in big trouble. So,
and is this the ball change? Yes, it is.
Yeah, so he changes balls over here. I can't tell what ball it is.
It's
it's
solid.
Hero Salad.
Yeah,
I think it's a Hero Salad.
And he moved a little bit too, and same thing, flat 7 again. It just burned up a little too quick for him.
Yeah, so that one obviously wasn't very good. His 3rd 7-pin of the match. And Benjamin's probably licking his chops right now, thinking, if I just keep making good shots, I mean, even that one was
really good shot.
Good, ring 10, and he's only up 11, and Kevin is absolutely lost.
Yeah.
So he's lined up, knows what he's doing, and Benji's really in control for a majority of this match. So you see he comes out, ball changes, 3rd ball of the game. And this is going to be the big difference maker in the match here.
Yeah, that was his best shot of the game right there.
Yeah, this ball change is going to what's going to allow Kevin to get back in this match. You see that one there gets the deficit down to 1 pin.
Slaps the 7 out there, and he's just getting on and even more now. The old trip 4 there.
That was a big break. Yeah, that's a pretty big break, considering that Kevin's now back in this match with that double. But he also did get it back with the ring 10, the shot before on that lane.
Justin, you have a fan here.
Do I?
I'm saying Justin would fire a 300 on this pattern. Look at you go.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And but this was
all right. So
this was a really good game for the both of them. I mean, Kevin made the changes throughout the game, and he knew what he had to do to keep up. Like you said, you're bowling on something a little softer where you got to strike. 9 spares not going to cut it on this. He needed to find a way to get 10 back every shot, and he did.
And this was a pretty big shot here too, because this takes the lead, and now Benjamin can't get up and shut him out.
Yeah, and he missed in on that one. He definitely missed in on that one.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can see that one. He missed.
I can go back. You can see the strike track. His break point down lane, the shot before was the 5.6 board. He missed all over 5 in.
Yeah,
6 in.
And it held.
Yeah, so that's prime example right there of this pattern and how soft it really is. Benjamin getting up there in the 9th, making a pretty good shot. Now, here's the interesting situation because there is a possibility of a tie. Kevin Williams goes off the sheet for 248. Strike spare is 237. If Benjamin goes double 9, they tie. If Kevin were to go strike 9 spare. So it's up here. Really good shot.
Slaps
First ball
10
in
out.
10.
Great shot.
Yep.
Justin, is there a female bowler named Ramirez? I'm still trying to think of that girl's name.
Angie Ramirez?
Would that be her? There is a female. All right. I got to think of this one. These two look like they would be identical twins going to the foul line. Identical. And she gets on it too. That's why I was.
Okay.
I'm gonna find this out first.
All right. So this is actually a pretty big shot here because this forces Kevin to double to win the match.
Yeah.
And if he only gets the first one and goes 9 spare, he loses. Threw a pretty good messenger. Doesn't knock over the 10, but he still forces Kevin to at least double. And if he goes strike 9 spare, they tie. Sure enough, strike 9 spare, they tie.
Tie number.
So let's give another roll off.
1.
This was the shot he made the second ball in the 10th. Really good shot. Rings a 7, makes a spare, going to a roll off.
Yes.
Now Kevin here, as you can see, he gets up first shot in the roll off. Doesn't look too terrible. 6 pin.
No, a little high.
Now he's got 9. And Benjamin's look is pretty good. If I were Kevin, I would have thought Benjamin's going to get up, strike here, win this match, and it's all she wrote. But you can see he doesn't really throw it that bad, and I think that's a terrible break, leaving the 4 with it. I thought that should have at least been hit the head pin should have hit the 4 pin, and that should have been a lot closer.
And you're going to round 2.
Yeah. So
without a doubt,
Packy Hanrahan comes out. Really, I don't know that
he's getting on more than Kevin really is in this match.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't know that Packy was really in this match.
No, not
at all. He doubled in the first 2 frames, and after that, it was about all she wrote. You see there. I mean, he double, open, strike, and then spare here with the 3-9. Kevin's got the front 4. So this match wasn't really all that close.
No.
We'll skip around. I mean, you can see here, Packy's down 46. So
yeah.
And this match actually got a little bit more interesting than we thought. So stepping up here, Packy goes out for 223, right? And Kevin's pacing 239. With an open and low count, Packy's still got a chance to get up in the 10th and win this match, right? This shot here, I think, was about all she wrote.
Yeah, that was the one there.
That one was all over. But Kevin gets up and opens 3-7, opens in the 9th, misses the head pin way wide for the rail, gets up, needs, I think, 1 to win.
And he gets 2 out of it.
Yeah. So that match got a lot closer than what it should have been. And
yeah. I don't think he might have done the math wrong, and he might have thought he had it out of the wood and was doing like a test shot maybe there with the rail. Maybe. So
I mean,
now
you get up and you need 7. I mean, you're really not gonna even think twice about it.
No. Now let's fast forward here and let's bring in Mr. Major here, Frankie, Mr. U.S. Open rather.
Yeah. By the way, Frankie led at 1,000 over.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that he led every region in 1,000 over.
Yeah,
that's sick. So, let's go to Frankie. And
go ahead, Mike.
This was the same pattern that he won on, or that he shot 300 on in the playoffs, right? Is that what they said?
I think so, and it was the exact same ball that he threw.
Yes, it was definitely. I know it definitely was the ball.
Wasn't different ball, different drilling. It was the exact same ball that he threw. Yeah.
And I thought Randy said it was the same pattern as well. That's why I thought.
Part of me says that could be right. Don't quote us on that, but
Yeah.
you see Frankie's doing what he likes to do, giving it that touch, being super soft with it at the bottom, and just splitting the 8-9, running him over.
He kind of has that Duke trick when he has this look, where Duke kind of tricks it up 8 all the time, and you know what I'm talking about all too well. That's what Frankie's doing here. Frankie's kind of having the Duke look, where he's just like flicking it up the boards and just being so soft with it. I mean, he's so soft at the bottom of the swing; it's almost unfair.
Yeah, Frankie gets out of it really, really good.
Oh, he's super clean.
So
I mean,
Frankie
it's
starts
unbelievable.
off with I believe the front 4.
Yeah, I think so.
Frame 5 here now. Gets this one a little in flat 10s, right? Should be no issue.
Yeah.
And it's 9 flagged.
And that's surprising.
So Kevin gets up. Yeah, very. Believe it or not, it was at the World Series. He needed he needed a double in the 10th to make the show at one of the animal patterns of the World Series. And then strike 9 spare would have been a tie, and they would have gone into a roll-off to make the TV show. And Frankie struck the first shot, flat 10, the second shot, and missed it, and lost the last game by 1, and missed the show like that.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And coming on TV, front 4, flat 10, miss it. Kevin's thinking here, let me step on this right now.
Yeah, there's my opening. Like, this guy's not giving me another one.
And that one honestly wasn't all that bad. I didn't think it was.
No, and he was in his own transition now.
Yeah,
and he's been on the pair for 3 games. His third game on the pair. He's the only one there. I mean, he got Packy out of the way, and it's kind of like he was his own worst enemy out there. He had to get around his own transition.
Yeah. So Frankie comes back from commercial break, starting with a double, just splitting boards. I mean, his repetition is absolutely unmatched.
It's like hitting the repeat button with this guy. It really is.
Absolutely. And this one,
bad shot there. That was probably the worst shot he threw, minus the rail.
Yeah, and missed the spare too.
I'll tell you what, shooting that spare is like shooting a 7-10. That spare is almost impossible when you're onto something tough.
Yeah. So now when you're either one of these guys in this match, Kevin's probably thinking, all right, if I want to have any kind of chance, I got to strike here, see what he does, and hope for the best, right?
Surprising he threw plastic at that, too, with the back pin.
Yeah, but I think his ball was just hooking way too much for him to throw reactive at it.
Yeah.
But now he's going to sit on the bench and hope that Frankie at least gives him an opening. But in my mind, Frankie's probably just saying, stay clean, give it 2 more good ones, and let's lock this up going into the 10th frame.
At this frame here, are you thinking the game's over?
If I was
I'm not
Kevin,
expecting Frankie to do that. No, I'm saying you're watching this.
Oh yeah. If I was in Kevin's position, absolutely.
Yeah, like
Frankie.
I'm not expecting.
I mean, that was that's absolutely horrendous shot.
That's the worst shot he's thrown in 5 years, probably.
Yeah, and you're not thinking that's going to come out of a caliber bowler like that at all.
No,
never. So going to the 9th frame. I mean, now this match is a little bit more interesting. Again, possibility of a tie. So
yeah,
Frankie gets up here and splits the 8-9.
10 back.
Nothing new. Now Kevin, opportunity to get up, throw the back 4, and force Frankie to double to win the match. And if he throws all 4, Frankie's got strike 9 spare is a tie.
That's a good shot right there.
So opportunity for another tie on the TV show.
And he held himself together really well to the 11th. The 11th was the one he really needed. And that's when he kind of let him know about it.
Well, yeah, when you're getting up and you were down 20 and you know that if you throw the back 4, you really make your opponent work for it. You got to just stay calm, stay in the moment, and make the best shot you can and not react until it's off your hand after you made a great shot. And that's exactly what he does here. Kept his composure really, really good. Threw it pretty good too. And it struck. And of course, you're supposed to let him know about it.
Yeah.
Unless you're calm, cool, and collected and the super quiet kid like Frankie is.
And there's been a lot of stuff this week ever since this aired on Sunday about how Frankie's boring and this and that. Like, I disagree. This kid's all business, and
Yeah,
I don't care if he's a mute on the show or if he's Weber on the show. I could watch him bowl all day long.
yeah. I mean, he's just got such a unique. I'm not gonna say unique, but he's got such a good game that you could watch it over and over and over again.
He missed in on that one. It's still same result.
Yeah, that fill ball really forces. I mean, it's not crazy difference, but now strike 9 spare would be a win instead of you have to have a double. So now Frankie gets up, needs a double to win. Strike 9 spare is a tie. Same thing that Kevin had 2 games ago when he's bowling Benjamin.
And mind you, he just whiffed the head pin. He missed the head pin by a mile the last time in this lane, and he aces that one.
Yeah. Yep, that one was really, really good shot. Split the 8-9. This is the one he needs to take it home and advance to the TV finals, the top 5 of the Players' Championship.
And it wasn't that bad of a shot.
No, it wasn't. So you can see on Strike Track, it actually did look pretty good, and it just creeped up just a little high for a 4-pin. And with a spare, they're going in a roll-off. Makes a spare.
Thank God Brad Miller's not shooting this one.
Right? So now they're going in a roll-off, and surprisingly, Frankie decided
the lane choice, right?
Shot on the left lane.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
But I'm going to pause this for a minute, and I'm going to say, honestly, I think he did make the right move, and I'm not just saying that just because he ended up winning.
All right, why do you say that?
He had, in the 8th frame, he threw it out the window, right? Struck the first shot on the 10th, threw it really good again and 4-pinned. I would be a little uncomfortable with that situation. On the other lane, he struck 4 out of the last 5 shots.
True.
That's where I would say, okay, I struck the first shot. The second one creeped a little high. I don't want to take the chance that I make that move and throw it out the window again like I did in the 8th.
So let me ask you this. Now you're watching this at home. Who do you think has the advantage here?
I mean, Kevin probably, because he was the one that just made the shot and forced him to double in the 10th on that lane.
Boom.
If you go by sole lane choice, Kevin's got the advantage. You go by order, I think
Frankie
got the advantage. Because I think Frankie in either position is going to get up and make the shot. Kevin is still. I mean, this is his second TV show.
He's a rookie. I mean, he's inexperienced on the show.
Yeah. So, especially putting this kind of pressure on a rookie is, I mean, this is crazy amount of pressure, right?
Absolutely.
So, Kevin gets up, got a strike, or he's going home, and throws it pretty good. Looks like it's got a chance, and super soft
Flat
7. And that's all she wrote.
And there it is.
Advancing to the finals.
That was our pick out of this region too. We both said it.
Yep.
It's hard to pick against this guy. It really is.
Yep.
But kudos to Kevin Williams. I mean, not a household name by any means, but kudos to him. I mean, he really performed really well. Yeah, he bowled really, really good. So Francois Lavoie will be joining Anthony Simonson in the final 5 of the PBA Players Championship. This is going to be exciting. This is going to be an exciting TV show. Just so far from the 2 guys that we got on it. Now, what do we have coming up this weekend? We have the East on Sunday, and so is it the Central? The Central on Saturday, and then the Southeast region, or I think it's the South region. No, the South. Will be February 14th, and the finals will be February 21st. But good thing seeing BuddiesProShop.com staffer Francois Lavoie coming out on top here in the Southwest. There we go. So let's go to the Central region. And so when we did our picks, Bud, I had 2 of the 5. You also had 2 of the 5.
Yep.
So now we have Zach Weldman, first-time guy in the show, against Wes in the opening match.
Yep.
Second match, we have Ronnie Russell. The winner gets Andrew Anderson in the semifinals, and then Smallwood's the leader. My pick to win the region was Smallwood, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
And I said that because Smallwood always finds a way in the majors, and whenever there's a huge payday, he's always in the hunt.
Yeah, he made a pretty big run at the PBA playoffs this year, but he also led the tournament, the TSC, when it was for $250K. The last time it was that big of a prize fund. So
yeah, the one Mika won.
Yeah, I wouldn't count him out. But I kind of like Andrew Anderson as well. I think he's been away from the lights a little too long, and I think that he's hungry to get back out there and win again.
The feel-good story is going to be Ronnie Russell. He's been away for a while.
Yep.
It's almost like, I hate to say this and no disrespect to Ronnie, but it's like he fell off the map here for a couple years.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, and he just came out for these 28 games and put his foot down and said, yeah, I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm back.
Right.
I think if he gets out of that first match, he can, especially when a pattern's a little bit soft like that, and he has more hand than Anderson does.
Right.
And Smallwood has that funky full roller, but I hook it release, which I to this day, I don't know how he does that. I have no idea how he does that.
I don't either.
It's unbelievable.
It's crazy.
I can't figure it out. So I think with the fact that we're seeing how they're playing, Martinez and even last week, oh my God, I can't. Chris, yes, Chris, thank you. How they're able to get into the middle part of the lane and kind of strap on him a little bit. Well, last time I checked, Ronnie Russell's pretty good getting in the middle of the lane and strapping on it. So now you just equate a little bit of a softer pattern with his rev rate. He can create something. He'll give Smallwood a run for the money. I think he can get there to the title match. I really do.
All right.
So I would predict a Smallwood Ronnie Russell title match, and I stick with my first pick. I would take Smallwood.
Okay. All right. So we will find out on Saturday. Sunday in the East region, tournament leader Kyle Troop, second Brandon Novak, third Michael Davidson, who we chatted with just 2 weeks ago. Chris Vi and Tim Foy coming in for Bill O'Neill.
This is the interesting region.
Yeah, I think I like Kyle Troop, tournament leader, super exciting. He's been there before. I think Brandon Novak, when he gets lined up, he's hard to beat. He's very hard to beat.
We've talked about Novak the last time. For those who haven't seen him bowl, he looks like a duck going to the foul line. He has a horrendous swing, but the guy knows how to play. And he is tough. He is a shot maker. His swing is horrendous, but my God, can he get the job done? And then, then you go down. Chris Vi, he's been there twice, 2 shows, both in majors, and I guess the feel-good story here is our buddy Timmy Foy, local guy.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, we talked about this, with Butters, and we always like a story, like a good storyline, right? How good of a storyline would it be? I mean, we know how Timmy missed the show with that unfortunate break in the 28th game when he big fought. We know that.
Yep.
But unfortunately, with Bill coming down with Corona and Timmy becoming the alternate, getting his spot on the show, how good of a feel-good story would it be? Timmy gets in on that unfortunate incident with Bill and runs the ladder.
Right.
That's a pretty good story.
That would be crazy. It'd be crazy.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, Timmy Foy is a two-hander.
Yep.
He is a two-hander. So we have 2 two-handers. Yes, 2 two-handers. 3 two-handers. 3 two-handers on this show.
Yep.
So Troop, Vi, and Foy are the two-handers, and then Davidson and Brandon Novak are the traditionals. So what do you like here?
I like Kyle Troop. I think he's been there. Brandon Novak, if he gets lined up, he's gonna be hard to beat. Michael Davidson, it's just a matter. Go ahead.
He's been there before, right? Novak's made a couple shows before.
I think he's made 2 shows at the World Series.
Yeah, not on a major, just regular animal shows, right?
Yes, yeah. Michael Davidson, I think it's just a matter of him getting his feet wet. We've seen 2 pretty big performances from first-time TV show, and even the other guy that made his first TV show and didn't bowl a bad game, Wesley Loeb, bowled 226.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a matter of him getting his feet wet, getting under control. I think he's got an opportunity. Chris Vai's been there before. His rev rate, his power, I think if he gets lined up, he's going to be hard to beat. And
he's
Tim Foy,
due to break.
Same thing as Mike. Yeah.
So Chris Vai's due to break out. I mean, what did he make? He made it at the World Championship and the U.S. Open, right? Those are two shows he made.
Yeah.
I mean, does it get any harder to make a show in those 2 tournaments?
Yeah.
And now he's 4 games away from bowling for $250,000. I mean, he's doing it in the majors. So 3 shows, 3 majors on 3 major shows underneath his belt already. I
gotta like Chris Vai.
Yeah, I could see Vai getting there, but I have to agree with you. I go with the experience. I got to go with Troop.
Okay.
And when they're a little softer, Troop strikes a lot more than most people do.
Yeah, he does.
And Troop, I could see Troop just firing the high hard one with the urethane up like 12, 13-ish. And he's really good at doing that. Because he's like not an anti-two-hander. He's a different kind of a two-hander. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He likes to throw it hard and keep his angles pretty straight.
He's like a one-hander, but he throws it with 2. Does that make sense? You know what I'm trying to say?
He's got a lot of power, and it's with ball speed.
Yes.
So his rev rate is more. He's a little bit more of a speed dominant two-hander, which allows him to play in similar parts of the lane as one-handers.
Correct, and I think that's why he's able to throw those urethane balls a lot, and he just tricks the pattern with his ball speed.
Absolutely.
And I could see him doing that again with the way they've been playing and just stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
And then again, and if he has to step left and get on it, well, we know he can step left and get on it.
Right.
Here's a question for you, bud.
How much will the lanes transition during the show with 3 two-handers? Definitely a little bit more than normal. I don't know that they'll transition any more than what they normally do. I think they'll transition in a different way. But what I mean by that, the opening match is 2 two-handers. So they're going to start further left, which is going to force the one-handers further left in that transition. I think you could see some guys getting pretty deep just because of what I just said. 2 two-handers starting in that first match, I think could make a difference. I think the transition will be similar. It'll just be in a different part of the lane, if that makes sense.
Now, I've never seen Davidson throw a ball before. Does he get on it, or is he kind of like a stroker? What is he like?
I would say he's got a pretty decent rev rate.
So he gets on it decently. He's not like I don't think the stroker even exists anymore, but he gets on it pretty well.
Yeah, he gets on it pretty good. Yeah.
So who would you compare him to? Do you have a guy you can compare him to, like rev rate?
Rev rate wise, probably Chris Prather.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, not an EJ Tackett, but he's got some rev rate.
Okay.
I think if Brandon Novak can figure out how to get his ball to see it in the right way, look out.
Yeah. So is that going to be your dark horse? Troop, and then the dark horse be Novak.
I'm gonna go.
Take him by.
Yep.
Running the ladder.
Yep, I think so.
All right. Well, I'm going to take the Fro.
All right.
I like the Fro. I do.
It's hard to bet against him.
It is hard to bet against the guy. It really is. But we're going to be back probably next Thursday.
Yep.
And we're going to break down these 2.
Same
with
time
the final telecast coming up next Sunday, a week from Sunday.
The final 5 is February 14th, and then the final 5 is the following week.
Well, we have one more, right?
No, the final of
Yeah.
the five shows is
Yes.
February 14th. The top
Yes.
5 final step ladder is February 21st.
Yep. And I think for that, when we break down the South region,
Yep.
I think we're going to send an invitation to Simonelli because he's on that show. And
Absolutely.
I think Ryan loves us. We love Ryan. We got to talk to Ryan and get his input on this. And then we'll be back. And here, Justin, before we go, we have somebody asking a question.
Who is your guys' favorite pro roller?
Is that current or is that of all time?
I mean, it's hard for me to say someone other than Parker Bohn.
Obviously, it's kind of nepotism there, if you ask me.
I really like Chris Praler, really good guy. Packy Hanrahan, just guys that I like hanging around with because I've met some of these guys on a little bit more of a personal level.
Yeah.
So those guys are always fun to hang around with.
Yeah, all the guys are fun to hang out with.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's kind of hard not to say Dad is the favorite. Obviously, even with me.
Yeah.
I grew up with the guy, for God's sakes.
Right.
I go a little bit older, but I'm a little bit older than you. I love watching Marshall as a kid.
Okay.
I mean, Marshall was the first guy you ever saw on TV. Like, his head starting to beat red and looking to give somebody the business. Weber was a great one back in the day. And now I love Prather. I think Prather has the best game in the world. I could sit and watch him, rewind him all day long. I think he's, oh my God, he's phenomenal. An absolute phenomenal talent.
Yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal talent.
Yep.
So,
all right, Mike. So I think we're going to wrap this one up.
Yep. We will be back next Thursday.
We will be back next Thursday with the East Region and Central Region TV Finals recaps. Be sure to join us on Thursday. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Bohn and Zano Zone podcast presented by BuddiesProShop.com as we recap the Southwest Regional Finals TV show. Be sure and head over to BuddiesProShop.com. Use coupon code ZONE5OFF to save 5% off of your next order. Be sure and go check out Bowl for Life and their foundation. Chuck Gardner and Deb are doing a great thing, raising money and sending kids to college. Future for the sport. And
check out your stuff. You got your little again plugging Justin's YouTube channel.
The vlogs aren't stopping. We're starting up some ball reviews as well, so it's a fun time. So be sure and go check out Justin Bohn on YouTube. And we're gonna wrap this one up. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next Thursday. This is the Bohn and Zano Zone, where we're always on the lanes, off the charts, and on the mic.